Well, hello, guten Tag. So first batch of rain. I'm supposed to get another batch of rain coming in here this afternoon. We're already at just over 3/10, 3.5 whatever that means. So that's a good soaker. And yes, Doughhead, Piper Doug, left all his fencing gear out on the quad underneath the tree, so it still got wet. So lucky enough that was standing upwards, so it is wet, but it still works. Dang it. So I'll leave that stuff all drying out. Thank you for clicking on the video. So I always parked the quad over there under the tree, just out of the elements, but lo and behold, forgot. See, that makes it look like there's a lot of rain, but probably because it's just a bigger surface. So yeah, what are we gonna do today? I see it's starting to spit again. Well, I gotta run to town, do a bit of purchasing. We did get bailed up everything that was raked and in good order, as what's his name, Lawrence Bernard says, order. So it is wet and somewhat sticky. It's not as wet as I thought it was going to be. See the girls down there. There's Puddin' Pop. Might be able to go and hook up to the trailer. So one of the jobs I'd like to start doing is hauling poop out. But I'm kind of planning on, I think I said in the last video, hauling it away with the trailer, not the poop spreader. That way the trailer can haul out more than 2 spreader loads at a time, because we're taking it out to a faraway field. So that'll help speed things up. But one of the things I want to do is get started on fall projects. So fall projects being, there's 3 walls that are top of our list. That back wall has to be replaced. This wall has to be replaced, and that wall has to be fixed, replaced, because that's the wall that blew loose last year. But I can't take that wall down because the youngsters are using that pen for water. So I think what we'll do is we might move that panel back over here and give the youngsters access to this one once that wall is fixed, and then we can take that wall out. So we're going to start stripping a wall down today. Hey Popper. Hey buddy. But it's all going to be between rain showers. So I'm just going to take a walk and see where the youngsters are, and then we'll get about our day. Nice. It's funny, a month ago I was standing beside the ocean and it sounded almost the same. Huh. I do love that sound. I will miss it when we start taking these cottonwoods down. I will miss it. So yeah. So this wall, and like I said, that wall. The wall at the back there is already spoken for. That's one of the ones that Jeremy's supposed to be doing. I don't know whether we're going to go ahead and do this one. It looks like it's okay. Bottom is starting to rot out, as you can see, but I think it'll do another year or 2. This wall is this is the Mungo wall, because this is the one that came loose last year, and as you can see, it is fixing to come loose again. One of the straps is missing. Sugar nuggets. That's not good. This wind is not helping either. Better make sure I close that gate when I'm not here in case this wall comes down. Hey boppers! Hey wee girl. Ah. So yeah. These walls are that wall, this wall, and then there's actually a fixing to get done on the other wall at the end there. But I think it's just one section, might be a couple of sections, but we're gonna be plenty busy. Well, looky loo, look who's back in the shop. Yeah, it's actually not something that we were not prepared for. You'll notice a trail. Yep, that fuel pump. If you can see right in the middle of the screen there, there's a tiny little, like a drain hole. So that's between the diaphragms on the pump. Well, the diesel is absolutely blagging out of there. Oh, I think I'm, yep, over there. There we go. So, oh, it's pelting down now. I was prepared for this. I already had, I think I'd already covered this, I'd already ordered the factory primer pump and all the accoutrements from Agco, pardon me. So, yeah, gotta do this all again. You gotta take the exhaust pipe off, you gotta take the shields off to do that fuel pump. Yep, it's a bumhole of a job. And if you remember the last time we did this job was when the the whaling cat was in here. Actually, it tore the crap out of the interior of the tractor. Probably never showed you that. Yeah, the B posts, the B pillars. Yeah, the cat tore the ever-loving bejesus out of the upholstery. So, yeah, it's still dripping diesel out of here, but that's going to be one of our next projects because it's passing down with rain. And so the wall project has ground to a standstill. And I don't mind. Who's this little lawbreaker? Hey? You can't be out here to boop. You can't be out here to boops. You can't be. You gotta go back to your friends. Come on, boops. Come on, darling. Hey. Okay, let's get wrestling. Let's get wrestling. Come on, babies. Radar, you're going down the wrong side of the fence, girl. Hey, Miss Ada. Guys, come on. Scully, being a goofball. Bee boppers. Little lawbreaker. Anyway. Oh, your twins are behind you, darling. Anyway. Yeah, they're ready for more grazing. They're not crazy low, but they were starting to do damage to the bales out there. So, like I said, there's still plenty, but I don't want them to go without. They're enjoying this. It's like 12 degrees. The only crappy part is the flies are even worse today than when it's hot. So figure that one out. I don't get it. It's the flies are absolutely crazy. Oh, look at that, another cat. What is going on? Why is there so many cats around us? pretty looking. What'd you find, kitty? Oh. Do your thing. Gonna go here and check and see how this hay stand is looking. If it's ready to be cut, get the rest of the field cut. So, towards the end of this coming week, they're calling for another line of rain. According to them, it's like a mediocre chance for 5 days. Like, oh my gosh, you get nothing, and now it's harvest. Yeah, that stands to reason. So I'm gonna go here and check. The girls are all good down there. So yeah, literally the stuff that I cut early to mid last week, it's literally like it was cut yesterday. Like on the top, never mind underneath. And yeah, the total, we had 4/10 of rain. So it's damp, but it's not wet underneath. So we need sun, which apparently tomorrow we're supposed to start getting back towards 20 degrees and sunshine. So hopefully we can get raking and get a lot of that stuff over there baled up and then get this stuff closer. But I think once I get the fuel pump finished, hooked up and put back together on the Tango Turd, I might get back to cutting. It's dry underneath and the ground is just sticky but not wet. So that's fair game as far as I'm concerned. And most of you will be like, well, why are you going to cut if you know it's going to rain before this can get cured down? Well, this is why. It's coming to the end of flowering. You see a lot of purple, but you're starting to see a lot of white. And then like this, well, actually you're getting what's early signs of frost damage now. Because we've had a couple of nights where it's been pretty rough. So yeah, I'd far rather we just get this on the ground and then we can work with it. Because you look at this, like how far back this stuff has come. Like I said, it's already between 4 and 6 inches tall on this stuff. And 10 days from now, they're calling for 27 degrees. So we should start to see a fair bit of September growth here. Anyway, I gotta run to town and get some screw bolts. Anyway, just checking in on this stuff. And yep, it's yellow on top. But ironically, where the stuff is yellow, it still feels soft. It's not crumbly at all. It might look yellow, but it actually feels like it was cut yesterday. And that stuff's been down almost a week. Yeah, stuff's just not curing. So I just hope we get some sun in the next day or so and we can start flipping it over and then try and get it cured down for baling by Wednesday, Thursday, because I'm talking, I think, Friday rain. So Eve. So it's low. Get to harvest, that's when you'll start getting the rains. And like I said, neighbors got all this green feed out here cut, and it was probably pretty dang close to getting baled when that rain hit. But if you look at the summer road, it's not that wet, so yeah, we didn't get that much rain. These girls are pretty happy now. Lots of fresh eatings. It's a good little crew. Let's see, the twins made it through. They were on the wrong side of the fence there for a while. Good wee calf. antisocial as that cab that's lame that its mum died. It's doing well, it's just it doesn't go outside the yard. Me and this tractor, we have quite the relationship. So, the fuel pump is in. So if you're doing a fuel pump on a Tango Turd, this is what you need to know. You need to undo the top of the hood. You then need to remove the plastic cowling that goes around here. You also need to undo the bolt clamp that is the breather hose for the block. Because you have to undo the lift pump line that comes to the fuel filters to remove it and take it out the other side. Why? I'm glad you asked. Oh yeah, and remember to put things on your spikes so you stop running into them with your head. Yes, I know that's Piper Doug's least delicate part of his body. So yes, this is the other end of that hard line. So you have to remove that whole hard line to then screw it onto the pump. So then when you fish it in around the back of the block, that clamp lets the hose come out of the way so you can fish, because the hard line has two right angles on either end, has a right angle on either end. So you have to turn it, fish it round, and then you have to slide the pump, the pump lift arm, into the block as you turn it and set it in. Because there is literally no, on God's green earth, way to line up that barb with the pump. I'm sure when it's brand new, it slides right in. But if it's been fiddled with at any point in its life, which this had, the last time I did the pump rebuild, I had a heck of a time getting that fitting into the pump. I fought with it for like 2 days. This took me 2 hours. Actually, replacing the pump took 10 minutes. Doing all of this stuff took 2 hours. Because there's no other way to do it, especially with the loader and the exhaust right there. Because the whole shield sits right down in front of the pump. You probably saw in one of the previous clips. So now I'm cranking it down, I'm tightening up that end. Then I'm going to reinstall that hard line, which goes from this side of the pump down to the water separator bowl, which I've talked about just deleting it, but that is what it is. So, and then let's put everything back together. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, now, bye. It's all back together. Keep an eye on it. I'm pretty sure this whole time, one of my issues was there was a leak in the diaphragm. But the one other thing where it would, when you would start it up and it would die, ever since I've only ever filled the tractor up to about 2/3, 3/4 full. It's never run out of fuel since. So that kind of points towards what a lot of you were thinking. There's something in the tank, something in the tank. Whether it's a foreign body or whether it's just muck, don't know. The fact that the fuel gauge doesn't work might have something to do with why it's sort of like intermittent. Like whatever the fuel sender float thing that's in the tank might be what's cutting off the fuel supply. So that'll be a winter project. Either drain the tank and try and run a camera in there, or find a way to get the tank out. There's no real big opening to get looking in it, but oh yeah, he did a right number on our culvert. Bagger. Anyway, I'm gonna move some bales around, and then I might go cut some hay or something. Probably gonna try to get back to raking tomorrow. So we'll see you in the next clip. There goes silly grandpa. He's keeping an eye on me.